Good evening and welcome, friends. It's Sunday, 9 p.m. The fact that you're watching News Sunday shows how seriously you take what's happening in and around you. We'll try to bring you an interesting, engaging conversation on politics of last week and politics going into the next week. Interesting day of developments today when the Congress party launched its 2-month-long Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. The second edition, crisscrossing the country, started in Manipur, Imphal, going to end on March 15th in Mumbai. But on the day that the Congress party wants the nation to focus on its drive to get justice, one of their very important leaders, important because of the long connection that he and his family has had, Milind Deora of Mumbai, has quit, saying that he was facing injustice in the party, nobody was listening to him. Now, he might have made some tactical move in favor of his own career. But then the letter he has written, the statements he has made are very indicative of what really ails the grand old party, the principal opposition party. We're going to focus on that, as also on the dynamics of the INDI alliance, the opposition alliance, which sometimes looks like shaping up, but at other times looks like falling apart. All that has happened over the last week, and going forward, we'll do some crystal ball gazing, how the INDI alliance goes ahead. And then, of course, the most important one, we are looking ahead at the most important week insofar as the Ram Temple Pran Pratishtha is concerned. A momentous occasion in the history of the nation. Everyone in the country waiting with bated breath for the day to come. We'll discuss some aspects of that, also the politics around Ram Temple, which just refuses to die down. So let's introduce the debate that we are going to have for the next 1 hour, which is in the backdrop of the Milind Deora development, his resignation from the Congress. How does it look for the Congress party? Is he a casualty of the seat sharing that the Congress party is discussing with regional allies? And are we going to see more of it happening in other states also? Let's begin with the headlines first, then I come back. Yet another loyalist dumps Congress. Milind Deora quits, joins Shinde-led Shiv Sena. But Congress High Command in complete denial calls Deora's exit a trivial issue. Seat share tussle becomes the biggest flashpoint Samajwadi Party miffed with Congress. With no consensus whatsoever, was Deora a casualty of seat sharing in Maharashtra? No end to Ram Mandir politics. Akhilesh says won't attend inauguration, will visit later. And provocation continues. Maldives escalates diplomatic row, asks for Indian troops to be withdrawn by March 15. Welcome back. It was a big jolt to the Congress party on a day when it launched its grandest campaign yet. Milind Deora dumped the party and joined hands with Shinde-led Shiv Sena in Mumbai. Launching a scathing attack on the grand old party, Deora accused the Congress top brass of being unjust to him and divulging in politics of what he calls pain, or indulging in politics of what he calls pain, which stands for personal attacks and injustice and negativity. With Deora, the Congress has lost yet another loyalist and just months ahead of 2024 elections. Here's all that you need to know about this story, and then I come back to discuss with a panel of guests.
On the day Rahul Gandhi kicked off Nyaya Jodo Yatra, Congress faced a massive jolt in Maharashtra. Its loyalist Milind Deora ditched the party to join BJP's ally Eknath Shinde-led Shiv Sena.
Through Shiv Sena and through Eknath Shinde, under Eknath Shindeji's leadership, who's a very hard-working, a very accessible chief minister in this state, not only will I be able to strengthen his hands, but also the hands of the Prime Minister, who is working overtime to strengthen India's image abroad, who is working overtime to keep India safe, who is working overtime to keep the economy of Maharashtra, Mumbai and India stronger.
After jumping ship, Milind Deora sharpened his attack. He accused Congress of abusing the industrialists and indulging in politics of pain.
अफसोस की बात है कि आज की कांग्रेस और 1968 की कांग्रेस, जब मेरे स्वर्गीय पिताजी ने इस पार्टी में शामिल किया हुआ, और 2004 की कांग्रेस जब मैं इस पार्टी में शामिल हुआ, दोनों कांग्रेस में बहुत अंतर है, बहुत फर्क है। जब देश के पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी देश के वित्त मंत्री हुआ करते थे, the same party that ushered in economic reforms 30 years ago is a party that is abusing industrialists, abusing businessmen and calling businessmen anti-nationals. आज उस पार्टी का एक ही उद्देश्य है कि मोदी जी जो कहेंगे, जो कहते हैं, जो कर्म करते हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली उसके खिलाफ बोलो। कल को यदि मोदी जी कहेंगे कि कांग्रेस पार्टी एक बहुत अच्छी पार्टी है, तो उसका भी विरोध करेंगे। मैं पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ गेन, GAIN में विश्वास करता हूं। गेन का मतलब ग्रोथ, एस्पिरेशन, इंक्लूसिविटी एंड नेशनलिज्म। मैं पेन की राजनीति में विश्वास नहीं करता हूं, PAIN, पर्सनल अटैक्स, इनजस्टिस और नेगेटिविटी।
Maharashtra CM Eknath Shinde vowed to strengthen his party.
आज मी आपलं मिलिंदजी मनापासून स्वागत करतो, पुन्हा एकदा आपलं अभिनंदन करतो, आपल्याला खूप खूप शुभेच्छा पण देतो।
Sources say the infighting between Milind Deora and Congress party started when Uddhav Thackeray's Sena faction staked claim of the Mumbai South Lok Sabha. Deora has represented the seat for 10 years before losing it to Arvind Sawant. Caught on the back foot, the Congress party trivialized the exit.
सर ये बताइए, आज भारत जोड़ो न्याय यात्रा शुरू हो रहा है और आज ही जो मिलिंद देवरा ने इस्तीफा दिया, कांग्रेस ने कहा
अरे छोड़िए छोटी बातें, जब तक भारतवासियों को न्याय नहीं मिलता ये संघर्ष हमारा है, जारी रहेगा।
किसी को अगर पार्टी छोड़ना है तो छोड़ दीजिए, छोड़ दे, मैं क्या कह सकता हूँ। पहले हमारा मंत्री थे, चुनाव जीते थे, कांग्रेस पार्टी के MP थे, तो अभी गए तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ। उनको पूछिए ना क्यों गए हो।
वो सावंत जी की सीट सावंत जी के पास रहेगी, शिवसेना के पास रहेगी, हम उसका ऊपर कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं हो सकता है।
Today Milind has chosen a different path and has left the party that his father wholeheartedly and lovingly served for so many years. I just hope that wherever Milind goes, he gets justice, not like the other Congress leaders who have left the party.
मंत्री ने तय किया, बस इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं हो सकती।
तो कांग्रेस पार्टी क्लेम कर रही है कि
प्रधानमंत्री ने तय किया है,
उनकी वजह से इन्होंने
प्रधानमंत्री ने तय किया है।
Only a week ago, Milind Deora reminded the top leadership about its hot seat, but in vain.
पण एनडीएचा एक घटक दल महाराष्ट्रातील लोकसभेच्या जागांसाठी एकतर्फी दावा करत असल्याबद्दल तुमची चिंता, तुमची काळजी मी समजू शकतो। गेल्या आठवड्यात त्यांचा प्रवक्त्याने आम्हाला झिरोपासून, शून्यापासून सुरुवात करायला सांगितले। त्या अनावश्यक वादानंतर कालच्या गिरगावाच्या सभेत दक्षिण मुंबईच्या जागेसाठी नवा दावा करण्यात आला। तुमची काळजी, तुमची नाराजगी स्वाभाविक आहे, कारण ही जागा दक्षिण मुंबई सीट परंपरेने काँग्रेसकडे आहे आणि देवरा परिवार 50 वर्षापासून दक्षिण मुंबईची सेवा करत आहे, खासदार असो व नसो।
At least 10 loyalists have ditched Congress in the last 5 years. From Jyotiraditya Scindia leading mass defection in 2020 to Ghulam Nabi Azad. Top leaders dumped Congress, calling Rahul Gandhi's leadership immature. The BJP went all guns blazing. asking Congress to put its house in order first.
अब कांग्रेस दल एक ऐसी नाव बन चुका है कि जिसका डूबना सुनिश्चित है और कांग्रेस दल के साथ जो भी जुड़ेंगे, वो चाहे उद्धव ठाकरे हो या श्रीमान शरद पवार हो या अन्य कोई हो, उनका भी डूबना सुनिश्चित है.
Yet another no confidence motion passed against Rahul Gandhi and his leadership. This time not by Lakshman Singh, this time not by Karti Chidambaram, but by Milind Deora. Clearly one thing is clear, that Rahul Gandhi should forget about Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. He should start कांग्रेस नेताओं के लिए न्याय यात्रा.
जो कांग्रेस पार्टी है वो ताश के घर की तरह बिखरती जा रही है और राहुल गांधी जी को इस पे मंथन करना चाहिए. जो उन्होंने कांग्रेस के साथ अन्याय किया है उसको उनकी ये न्याय यात्रा जिसका नाम दिया है उस पर जरूर मंथन करना चाहिए.
हम हर उस देशभक्त का, राष्ट्रवादी व्यक्ति का स्वागत करेंगे जो देश के निर्माण में भागीदारी करना चाहता है. 2024 से हम इसका आगाज भी कर रहे हैं और 2047 तक विकसित भारत देना है. मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में चलना है और इसको सब लोग जो प्यार करते हैं.
Is Deora a casualty of seat sharing talks between Uddhav and Congress? Can a directionless Congress show direction to the country? Let's debate.
All right, welcome back again, friends. You would have got some idea of what's really happened through the day in terms of the politics of the country. And we'll try to have a conversation over the next 40 minutes. We'll try and split it into two parts. First 15 minutes, essentially on what has happened with Milind Deora and its impact on the Congress party as it has started the Nyaya Yatra. And then, of course, we'll diversify the conversation into the INDI alliance politics, what has happened over the last 48 hours and going forward, how the next week looks on in terms of the coordination, seat sharing talks that are happening between Congress and its allies. And then, of course, the Ram Temple bit. Joining me to have this conversation, Anubrata Roy, political analyst, leans towards the Trinamool, joining us live from Kolkata. Akash Deep Muni, political analyst, leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party, joins us live from Delhi, from Chandigarh, in fact, today. Vivek Silas, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, live from Lucknow. And we have Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us live from Delhi. Very good evening to you all. And I would want to begin with Nikhil Jain because, as I said, for the first 15-20 minutes, let's discuss what's really happening within the Congress. Nikhil, you would obviously say that, like earlier leader of the Congress party, that it's a trivial matter, it's a trifle that Milind Deora is leaving. It's a small issue. But then Milind Deora leaving is indicative of a larger malaise that afflicts the Congress. Would you ever think that the Congress leadership would ponder over it, discuss it, or you are just going to paper over it?
Abhishek, I'm not going to call it a trivial issue. In fact, I'm going to see it as a change in the Congress party today. That the Congress party today is taking forward those people who have a mass cred, who have mass leadership, whether or not they have a political pedigree. So if you have a Kanhaiya Kumar or a Jignesh Mevani who come from no political pedigree but being accepted by the people, the Congress party is going to put them forward. But if you have a Milind Deora who's not been able to win his Lok Sabha seat for the past 2 consecutive elections, who's not been able to strengthen the Mumbai Congress of which he was made a president in 2019, who's not been able to make any strides in terms of getting funds for the party because he was made the joint treasurer of the party of the AICC in December. Those leaders are not going to be given any prevalence today just because their fathers or mothers served the Congress party for a very long time and very capably. And I feel it is sad that people like Jitin Prasada, people like RP Singh, people like Milind Deora are now leaving the party at a time when the fight is the toughest as it has ever been, whose fathers, whose families, whose generations have stood for the Congress, for the people of India, done secular politics. They are now all jumping board to the BJP and its allies. Now he's joined the Eknath Shinde faction, which we all know is essentially a franchisee of the BJP, right? So I think this reflects a change in the Congress party, that you will get prominence only if you can win the hearts of the people, not because your father was a somebody. So I'm not going to call it a trivial issue. In fact, this is very important. This is an important change in the politics of the country. The BJP time and again calls the Congress party a dynasty party, but the fact of the matter is that all the dynasts in the Congress party who are not able to prove their mettle on the ground, they are being sidelined and they're having to leave the party, while in the BJP, you have a bunch of dynasts who are not able to gain any cred on the ground, but are getting all the prominence in the world.
I have to get it.
Piyush Goyal.
I have to get it.
Nirmala Sitaram.
Are you suggesting, Nikhil, that Congress is no more a party of dynasty?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Congress has always been a party of metal, but let's face for the facts as they are, that during the UPA government, there were some people who got a shortcut to the top post because their fathers were very big people in the Congress, and they also enjoyed the, the popularity among the people for the family and the legacy they came from.
What about the present leadership?
The present leadership, when you talk about the top leadership, Rahul Gandhi, you've seen the kind of crowds we saw in Bharat Jodo Yatra. You're going to now see it in the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. We've seen the kind of crowds Priyanka Gandhi pulls. We've seen how these people have time and again proved their mettle. Again, I'm not for dynasty. I'm not against dynasty. And that is how the Congress party is also. That just because you belong from a certain family or you are the son of somebody does not mean you should be, taken forward unnecessarily, given undue advantage. But at the same time, you should also not be held back. You can prove your mettle with the people, good. Whether you're somebody's son or not should not matter. And I think that is the right politics in the country.
I would sort of grill you a bit on that, but let's get opening comments and a reaction from BJP's Ajay Alok, because you have made some charges against the BJP. You are saying that it's the BJP which has become a party of the dynasts. You also say that the Shinde party, the Shiv Sena now, is actually a franchise of the BJP. And we earlier also had Ajay Alok, Jairam Ramesh saying that it has been done by the Prime Minister. How does the BJP respond?
Well, if Jairam Ramesh thinks that PM of current days have time similar to those of PM of yesterday's, then I guess he's quietly and very badly mistaken, like he always is. Secondly, if you talk of dynast and not getting prominence among people, then Rahul Gandhi losing from Amethi, is it a certificate that Rahul Gandhi is very prominent among the people? He should also resign. See, the Congress, gradually under the leadership of Rahul Gandhi, will soon come a time when Congress will lose its own shadow. What is this Bharat Jodo Yatra Part 2? This is nothing. This is just Musalman Jodo Yatra. And this is not making us worried. The biggest worry is for the person sitting right on the panel, Samajwadi Party and Mamta. Because they are not ready to give the Congress the desired number of seats. So what Congress is planning, like what they have done in Telangana and Karnataka, they want to repeat here. That in bloc Muslim vote goes to Congress, these two parties will taste the waters. And that's what I am telling you, that by the time this yatra will end in March, the Congress will be already on its last yatra. And the pair will be led by none other than Rahul Gandhi of this Ghamandi alliance. So Milind Deora joining this party or that party or our franchisee party is not our concern. It should concern you that people like Milind Deora, whose father Murli Deora, who had a nice role in shaping up Mumbai Congress and Maharashtra Congress, they are leaving you because of undesired result and leadership. The leadership is not creating enthusiasm among the cadres. Rather, the cadre thinks, kahan se mil gaya yaar, yahi milna tha, koi aur aata to chala leta. This is the feature. Come to Bihar, come to UP, listen to the vibes. Go to Maharashtra, listen to the vibes. Then you'll come to know. Just by merely praising Rahul Gandhi doesn't mean Rahul Gandhi has become a big leader.
Okay, so you see, and coming back to Nikhil, Nikhil, you made a stout defense of Milind Deora leaving and Congress party being okay with it. But you see, Milind Deora, let's assume for a moment, has quit for his own personal ambition because he has to somehow keep a toehold in the Mumbai South constituency, and because he has lost last two elections on the trot, this is the only way he could have saved his career in that constituency by joining in Shiv Sena and getting a ticket, because in the Congress party, the allies this time have a better claim because Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray's Arvind Sawant has won both the last elections, defeating Milind Deora. But you see, if you look at the statements he has made, the letter he has released, there is a resonance of what Jyotiraditya Scindia had said while quitting, or what Himanta Biswa Sarma had said while quitting, of what Ghulam Nabi Azad had said while quitting, and what Susmita Dev had said while quitting. And not all of them have joined the BJP. Ghulam Nabi Azad has his own party. Susmita Dev is with Trinamool Congress. There seems to be a template emerging where many of these second-rung leaders have been feeling frustrated and chained. Because if you look at what Milind Deora, for example, is saying, he's saying this is not the Congress party to which my father was wedded to. This targets business houses as anti-national, while this is the same party which had heralded the liberalization in the country. He says the Congress leadership of today can't take constructive criticism. He says it's full of negativity. He says there is no time for the leaders to listen. Exactly the things that Himanta Biswa Sarma had said. Imagine the kind of humiliation Jyotiraditya Scindia faced when he was told that you can't be a Rajya Sabha member from Madhya Pradesh, go to Chhattisgarh. So obviously, you are somehow not able to handle aspirations of this second rung of leadership. Nikhil.
See, first of all, I'd like to point out to your viewers that when I talk about dynasty in the BJP spokesperson has no answer to it, but he has to somehow encircle and bring the conversation to Muslims, and I don't know how he's trying to bring that conversation to Muslims. So far as, aspirations of second-rung leaders are concerned, that is the point, that when you are in a party structure, when you're fighting for democracy and secularism in the country, personal ambitions have to be kept aside. I'm not saying that there is no place for personal ambitions in politics. Of course there is, across party lines, and parties should regard that. But that is not to mean that you are going to abandon the ship the moment it feels that the ship is in high water.
No, I already conceded that maybe Milind Deora has quit purely for personal ambition. But the issue is raising that the Congress party divides along caste lines, that the Congress party divides along north and south, that the Congress party attacks business houses while the same Congress party carried out liberalization. These are valid issues. If the Congress party and its supporters don't discuss, then there is something amiss, and then the malaise is going to continue to fester for long.
Abhishek, the Congress party and its leader Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge, they have only spoken about two business houses who are monopolizing entire industries and sectors in the country, the Adani Group and the Ambani Group. They are not against capitalists, they are not against businesses. So for Milind Deora to now come and say that the Congress party is labeling businesses as anti-national, first of all, anti-national is not a word that the Congress uses, it is the word that the BJP uses for everybody under the sun, whether it's an industrialist or a student or an academic, whoever criticizes Prime Minister Modi or his policies. So first of all, the Congress doesn't use that terminology. Secondly, the Congress is not against businessmen or capitalists en masse. It is against just two business houses monopolizing through crony capitalism entire sectors in the country. You look at where the telecom industry has now gotten to. You only have two players. The entry barrier to get telecom is so much more expensive in the country, and that is the sort of problems that the Congress is bringing to the fore of the people, that it is good to have capitalism in the country, but it has to be competitive capitalism.
Okay, tell me.
And that is what the Congress party raises its voice against.
Tell me, since you're talking about capitalism, let's see what's your understanding of capitalism. How many telecom companies are there in the United States?
United States is a country which is time and again labeled as one where business houses are extremely close to political parties.
How many airlines are there in China?
No. I don't know how many airlines are there in China. So far as telecom companies in the US are concerned, there are 5 or 6. And that is, studies for India have also concluded that India should have at least 4 to 5 major telecom players in order to have a fair competition. When the UPA government gave 2G licenses to a lot of companies, Telenor, ASL, we all remember how cheap telecom became for
How many consumer goods, how many big corporations are there in Korea, South Korea?
Abhishek, I think you'll have to read academic papers on that. That the biggest criticism.
No, I'm not talking about academic papers. I'm talking
South Korean
basic practical capitalism wherever it is practiced. Either you are for capitalism or you are not.
The biggest criticism of the South Korean economy is that the entire economy is essentially built on 2 or 3 firms. That is Samsung, Hyundai, and I think one more. And
China. How many airlines? 5 airlines, all joined by the Communist Party, owned by the Communist Party.
China is a very different economy.
America, United States. I gave you 2 extreme examples.
No. America has 5 or 6 telecom companies. India practically only has 2 telecom companies right now. Practically.
No.
Lion's share, more than 90% of the market share is with 2 companies, Airtel and Jio.
No. So
that is the problem. You can't have duopolies or tripolies.
No. If one company is mismanaging, then it's not the fault of the government. And if the same government, just to keep the market not turn into a duopoly or monopoly. If the same government is sustaining BSNL, you would say, oh, the government is wasting public exchequers
No. That's never
money.
That is
on
never what the
something
Congress party
which
has
they
said.
should
The
not be
Congress
doing.
party, no, Congress party has time and again maintained that several businesses need to be done by the government as a measure of service to the people, whether it is the railways, whether it is the BSNL, whether it is things like that. Some power generation companies like the NTPC, their objective is not primarily profit making. Their objective is primarily
I think we are
to give
digressing.
services to the people of
I
India.
think we are digressing. Partly because
let's stick to the fact that
No.
Adani has credible allegations against
No,
him
we are
of market
digressing.
manipulation of the
But
coal
you
scanning
see,
supplying
Nikhil,
electricity
for
to
God's
the
sake,
people,
please
taking over
understand.
airports.
You have been saying Adani for the last 3 years, and you have been losing election after election after election. But there are more important problems that the Congress party is facing. Milind Deora might be just symptomatic of one small aspect of human resource management issues that the Congress party's leadership has as of today. That's what Milind Deora also said. Maybe they did not handle him properly. Like they did not handle Jyotiraditya Scindia, like they did not handle Sushmita Dev, like they did not handle Jitin Prasad, RPN Singh, etc. Again, I'm saying the caveat is, in each of these cases, there might have been the element of individual ambition guiding their decisions. But you see, if I can get in Akashdeep Muni now, Akashdeep Muni, if let's agree lock, stock, barrel with this argument that the individual ambition of these leaders is guiding their decision to join the BJP or leave the Congress. But taken together, it does create an impression or a picture that they don't see a future in the Congress party, right? They don't believe that for 5 years, 10 years in future, going forward, there is any hope of Congress party coming to power. So let's actually see the unbridled ambition, but at the same time also see in it the evidence that even Congress leaders have no trust in Congress party's direction or directionlessness as it is coming out. Akashdeep.
Actually, yeah, Abhishek, I hope you know Bharatiya Janata Party's leader, Gurcharan Singh Kala, who today joined Aam Aadmi Party. He's a councillor. He has won elections, not like Milind Deora, who has lost by 3 lakh votes last time. He has won election this time. And before the mayoral elections of Chandigarh, he has joined Aam Aadmi Party from Bharatiya Janata Party. So, and second point, on Milind Deora, taking it forward, that he says that it is for Vikas we have joined.
Milind Deora.
From the last 3 months, the MTHL project is ready. It is waiting for the VIPs to give their time for inauguration. Same is of Digha railway station. I'm talking about Mumbai. Same about Pune airport. Same about Uran railway line. Same about Dombivali, Makoli connector bridge. These all projects are ready. But the VIPs who are in government in Maharashtra, they don't have time, which is why...
Like Sitaram Yechuri, are you giving
So
proof of the fantastic
Vikas,
execution
actually,
skills of the present government? All the projects that have been completed?
Abhishek, please let me complete. The point I'm making is that this is not the aspirations that these people are going towards Bharatiya Janata Party. These are lies. It's simple lies, whatever they say. May it you take Mr. Deora, or you take the case of Hemanta Biswa Sarma. Why did he change ships? There was an ED case. What happened to the ED case? Why someone stopped against him regarding the ED case? I know, as per my information, Bharatiya Janata Party took out a booklet against Hemanta Biswa Sarma. What happened to that booklet? I hope today my fellow panelists will tell what happened to that booklet of corruption. What happened to Ajit Pawar's corruption? These people are going towards Bharatiya Janata Party not because of aspiration, but ये डरे हुए लोग हैं. ये डर रहे हैं कि नहीं कहीं ईडी और सीबीआई उनके पीछे पड़ जाए तो वो जेल की चक्की नहीं पीसेंगे. और सबसे
this is not new charge. This is not new charge, but essentially the argument is that it's the ED and CBI acting as B team of the BJP and guiding these leaders into the BJP NDA fold.
That's why Arvind Kejriwal is afraid of facing ED, I guess. That's why he's not appearing in front of ED and facing the questions. Rather, he's conveniently trying to just skip the ED. But how long? He can't do that. Because law has its own long hands. The law will come after you. The law will come after you. Number one.
No.
Number two. Listen. Don't interfere. Don't interfere in between. When Hemant Biswa Sharma challenged Arvind Kejriwal, that you just name once, you just name once, and I'll drag you to the court. Why Arvind Kejriwal just shut up? Why didn't you respond it then? Like what you're saying on the TV, what about the case against Hemant Biswa Sharma? When Hemant Biswa Sharma openly challenged Arvind Kejriwal, why was he hiding? He should have come up, no? And he should have said that yes, you have cases against CD. Why didn't he say then? Because he's in a habit of saying sorry every now and then. And he never wanted to say sorry again. How many times he has said sorry? This is the most, you guys are innova of corruption, you know. You invent corruption. How to do corruption? Corruption ke 100 tarike. Arvind Kejriwal should write a book. I mean, you are eating on the medicines of poor by giving them poor quality medicines. You are eating that money also through your Aam Aadmi Mohalla clinic.
Akashdeep.
Yeah, if you
there should be a PhD done on Arvind Kejriwal that how corruption is being
even an issue.
He's a innova of corruption.
Arvind Kejriwal. You see, Arvind Kejriwal cut his teeth into politics, targeting the corruption in the Congress party. And today he is an ally. He is willing to share seats with the Congress in Delhi, Punjab, and of course asking in return seats in 5 other states. So, I mean, is corruption even an issue for the Aam Aadmi party?
Abhishek, corruption is of course an issue for
Aam
Aam Aadmi
senior
party.
ministers in judicial custody.
Okay. The interesting part is, our Honorable Prime Minister said, "Na khaunga, na khane dunga." And today, Chhagan Bhujbal, who was thrown behind bars by Enforcement Directorate for 2 years, today when he joins Bharatiya Janata Party, his case is finished. ED takes back the case in the Honorable Court. How did it happen? Either ED was wrong when they threw Chhagan Bhujbal behind bars for 2 years, or when he was in NCP, and now when he joined BJP, his case is finished. ED takes back the case saying that we don't have the petition with us. As this is said in the Honorable Court. Anybody can check. How does this happen? Is this question wrong, Abhishek? And if we ask these questions as a common man, our honorable panelists will say that
go and produce it in the court. Why you are doing it on the TV? If you have evidence against Chhagan Bhujbal, go it and give it in the court.
ED has done it, sir.
Go and give it in the court like what you used to do about Sheila Dikshit. कि बैग लेके चल रहा हूँ. Sheila Dikshit के खिलाफ सबूत है.
Are you doubting the
yes,
capability?
Yes, ED has done it. If you have some evidence, be a responsible citizen. Go to the court and submit it there and say these are the evidence and ED is not acting.
MHA. ED reports to the MHA.
Ajay, what evidence did you have that you kept the man in jail for 2 years?
ED is not under MHA. ED is under Finance Ministry.
I have a question.
Or they were right this time.
Okay, so I have a question. I would want to put the same argument a little differently to Ajay Alok. Akashdeep, I don't think corruption is an issue for any of the parties. It's just politics of convenience. But I want to put this question a little differently to Ajay Alok. Ajay Alok, you know, for longest period, for almost his entire career, Milind Deora practiced a brand of politics, which is like chalk and cheese vis-a-vis what Shiv Sena represents, right? The same with Ajit Pawar. You know, you are taking all these people with you. Ultimately, at some stage, this might create problems for the BJP as well.
Well, see, anyone who joins the BJP, he comes when he accepts the ideology. He comes when he accepts that he has to work under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and henceforth he has to work under the ideology of the party. And if he's convinced, he's welcome. Anybody who wants to work for the betterment of this country, who wants to take this country forward, he has that kind of a vision, he's welcome in the BJP. And let me tell you again, if anyone deviates from the ideology, the BJP is not hampered any time. only that person gets hampered. We have so many examples, the people who have left BJP tried to do something of their own, they couldn't succeed. But we have many more examples from the Congress party who left Congress party and tried to do something of their own and they succeeded in it. Live example is Mamata Banerjee. Live example is Sharad Pawar. Live example is a new formed government in the Mizoram. He was also an ex-congressman. So these are the people who have shown that they are something without the Congress because Congress does not have any ideology. Now this Aam Aadmi party, born out of, say, India against corruption, born out of against Congress party, he used to carry Arvind Kejriwal, ये झोला बैग देख रहे हैं, शीला दीक्षित के खिलाफ सबूत है, कहाँ गया? Now sitting in the lap of the Congress and talking of corruption. What double standards speak? Two ministers in jail, not getting bail. One Rajya Sabha MP is in jail, not getting bail. All the evidences are there. Every day new scam coming up, and they don't have an answer. They have an ansor. ED या CBI को टूल बना के हमारे साथ राजनीतिक प्रतिशोध लिया जा रहा है. अरे पैसे कमाने हमने बोले थे. Did we ask you to do corruption? And if you are so clean, why you are not facing ED? Go and answer.
No, you see,
go and answer the question. And how long you can escape? How long you can escape? If ED comes with a warrant, what will you do?
केसेस तो आपने किया
था this escapist attitude comes from the guerrilla war what you used to do in 2013 12 and 13 against the Congress.
सर बीजेपी कोलकाता ने एक रैली निकाली थी शुभेंदु अधिकारी के केस में जो टीएमसी में थे, उसका क्या हुआ सर? मैं पूछना चाहता हूं.
Please let me in. Akashdeep and Mr. Ajay Alok, we are not discussing specific instances of corruption which would be dime a dozen. And obviously, every party at some stage or the other have had their hands in the till. And it's ultimately, as I was saying, politics of convenience, which everyone cutting across the political divide practices these days. What we are discussing is heading into the general election cycle, and I want to get two other guests on the panel involved now.
I beg to differ, Abhishek, I beg to differ.
Vivek.
Abhishek, just a minute. Just give me 10 seconds. Abhishek, give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds.
Yes.
I beg to differ from your opinion that corruption is just a matter of convenience. I beg to differ. See the top leadership of every party. When we say top leadership of every party, Narendra Modi is our top leader.
I did not say corruption is a matter of convenience. I said politics.
No. Narendra Modi has been in power for the last 21 years. Not a single accusation of corruption is there. Not a single accusation of corruption is there. Where you take Rahul Gandhi, he's out on bail. Sonia Gandhi, out on bail. Arvind Kejriwal, full of charges of corruption. Mamata Banerjee, full of charges of corruption. We have seen how many notes have been seized. Lalu Yadav, convicted. DMK, many cases going on. Under conviction, under radar. So this is the actually true face of these parties, what we call Ghamandi Alliance. They are embedded in corruption. Corruption and, Parivarvad. They cannot leave their families for their existence for their family. They have cobbled together. Because alone they know they are going to jail.
But I have to get two.
But have you given autonomy to CBI and ED, sir?
No, what do you say, Akashdeep? You're talking about autonomy of the CJI?
No, I'm talking about CBI
and ED. Of course, ultimately the test is. Ultimately, the test is whether what the CBI and the ED say stands the scrutiny of the court of law. And we are seeing.
Gujarat, he talked about autonomy of CBI. Have you given it the autonomy, sir? क्या मिला उनको autonomy? 10 साल हो गए power.
I think we are digressing.
Now we are digressing.
Akashdeep, you see, the test of what the CBI and ED say, the ultimate test of whether what the CBI and ED say is right or wrong is whether what they provide to the court stands the scrutiny of the court. And those processes are going on. There is a fact, it's a fact that two of your ministers are in judicial custody and the topmost court of the country has said that there is no ground for bail. But having said that, I have to get in Vikas Silas and Anubrata also into the debate now. Vikas Silas, this is yesterday's development and very credibly learned that Akhilesh Yadav, your party boss, when he was engaging with the spokespersons, one aspect that came out was that Akhilesh was a little frustrated at the manner in which the Congress party is being opaque about seat sharing in Uttar Pradesh. They are not being forthright about sharing the number of seats, which seats they want. Maybe the opacity is because the Congress party wants to push it to the maximum possible and then say they want 20, 25 seats because Akhilesh does not want to give them more than 5 or 10 seats. So, while on the face of it, all leaders talk goody-goody and say the talks are moving in right direction, there is not enough time, and in private, Akhilesh is frustrated. So obviously the INDI alliance, except for the camera sound bites, is not going anywhere.
Yeah, very good evening to all of you. First of all, I don't know, I think Abhishek, you should have been in that meeting because I was there present in the meeting. And I don't know with what, sources you say that Akhilesh Yadav ji was frustrated. I don't know. I was there for 3.5 hour long meeting. Everything is going well as far as the coalition is concerned with the Congress or with the ERLD. There's no problem at all. There was a discussion for about 15 minutes that Congress doesn't have the candidates. We asked for the candidates who are going to fight for the Congress party. We needed the list, and Congress was unable to provide that. That was the only thing. But the Congress has said that we will be providing the list very, very shortly. There's nothing wrong in it. There's nothing. So why are you saying that Akhilesh Yadav was frustrated? What makes you say that he was frustrated? I was there in the meeting. As the BJP spokesperson says, whenever you talk about the Bharatiya Janata Party, he says, you talked about Congress Nyaya Yatra, which has started today from Manipur, and the fellow panelist from the Bharatiya Janata Party is saying that it's Hindu-Muslim. You don't have any other things to say, Mr. The Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson doesn't have any other things to say except Hindu-Muslim. This is not the right way of politics, Mr. Alok. What you are trying to project on national TV. Talk about other things. Except because you don't have any other things to say. You don't have a word to say today. What is going to eat our votes and what are you going to eat your votes? Let me tell you, I did not interrupt you. Mr. Alok, I didn't interrupt you. Neither Muslim is patent of any political party, nor Hindu is patent of the Bharatiya Janata Party or any other party for that matter. This is not the right way of politics. What you are trying to do, you are just trying to polarize the people of India into fractions, and that is the vicious politics that you are playing in India. And definitely the people are Hindu your patent or are Muslims are patent.
You know, the beauty of journalism is
go and fight the battle.
Mr. Silas, the beauty of journalism is that I need not be present. I need not be present in the meetings. I can have a fly on the wall and we can come to know of certain things. For example, you are talking about the meeting yesterday, which you partly confirmed.
You can come to know about anything.
Frustrated is not the right word. But Akhilesh Yadav is definitely unhappy at the manner in which the Congress party is conducting itself. Right? A day before that in the meeting.
We are just unhappy because Congress is taking time.
If you think I am wrong.
Congress is taking time.
But
they should hurry up.
Akhilesh Yadav was told by at least half a dozen MLAs of his party that he needs to restrain Swami Prasad Maurya because his anti-Hindu rants are going to cost them dear. To which Akhilesh Yadav said, yes, I agree with you. It's a mistake we have made by making him MLC. We will do something about it. So the Hindu sentiment on the ground is something which is going to affect all parties. And to the credit of Akhilesh Yadav, he did a fantastic communication yesterday with the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust. With that letter where he has said that he is not coming now, but he will come later. Unlike the Congress party, which has shot itself in the foot.
Yes. All of us will be going. Even I will be
Abhishek,
going
the
along
Congress
with
party is airing the same views as all four of the Shankaracharyas in the country are viewing.
No,
listen, Nikhil, this is not a political event.
No, Nikhil, you are missing the point. You are missing the point. Something which Akhilesh, which by the way is as secular as the Congress party, understands the nuance. You can't be seen to be refusing an invite. Akhilesh is saying, I will come, but I'll come at a later date. He is smart. He can see the sentiment on the ground. Why the Congress party fails to see it?
No, possibly leaders.
The wordings could have been different.
Abhishek, possibly leaders from the Congress and perhaps even the top leadership may visit the temple later on, but the Congress's principal stand is not attending the political event on the 22nd of January, where
but that never found mentioned in the press note, which is going to be like an albatross around Congress neck.
Perhaps you can say that the press note of the Congress party could have been more detailed, but the fact of the matter is that it is a political event, that a mandir is being consecrated before it has been complete, which is against Hindu rituals, as have all the 4 Shankaracharyas in the country said. So this is not a religious event, this is a political event, and of course the Congress party or any person in the country is well within their right to not attend such an event.
I am afraid, Nikhil, you tell this to the lady who has kept a Maun Vrat for the last 30 years.
So are we saying that we know more about the Hindu faith than the Shankaracharyas in the country?
Nobody claims that. Nobody claims that. But we know the political leanings of 2 Shankaracharyas. You see, but we are not discussing that. Nobody can claim full knowledge of the faith. I am saying sentiment. We are talking politics for God's sake. We are not discussing Adi Shankaracharya and present day Shankaracharya and the Vedas and the Puran. We are discussing political sentiment on the ground.
Is it not part of Hindu rituals that a mandir cannot be consecrated until it is complete?
Nikhil.
We are talking about the Ram Mandir. It's an instrument of faith. It's a place of worship. You can't have a mandir that is not inaugurated in accordance with the principles of Hinduism.
So Congress party can discuss rituals and the BJP can get the public sentiment on its side. Are you saying that? Even Akhilesh understands that. That's what I'm saying.
It is about respect.
That's what
to
I'm saying. Even Akhilesh, who's as secular as Congress party, sees that. Right, Mr. Silas?
Yes, we will be going to visit the Ayodhya Lord Ram temple very, very shortly after the 22nd. And we have decided in yesterday's meeting that all the spokespersons, along with Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, will be visiting and taking the blessings from Lord Ram. Definitely for sure, no doubt about it.
Okay, I am yet to get Anubrata on it. So Anubrata, ultimately, is it going to be 2 seats to the Congress and nothing more? Or as Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary says, maybe they would be happy with 8. Just imagine the kind of fait accompli and the quandary Congress party faces really, that in 2019 general elections it contested all the 42 seats. Now it is reduced to begging for 6 more, with the Trinamool giving only 2. Anubrata.
Look, as mentioned, Mamata Banerjee said that every regional party will be given their free hand to their respective regions where they are strong. Like in UP, the Akhilesh Yadav sides are much stronger. In South India, Tamil Nadu, where DMK is stronger, they will get their hold in their seats. In West Bengal, as we have seen in the last couple of years, last 10 years, Congress has been a failing side. So as a result, Trinamool should have been in the leading force in West Bengal. But as said, Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool Congress will give 2 to 3 seats to the International Congress for the Lok Sabha because of the Indian alliance. So it's natural that Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool Congress are the force in dominance in West Bengal. So what is the point of giving Congress the seats where they can lose, or there is no possibility of dominance, where Trinamool can easily dominate with their existing MPs?
Okay. And Nikhil, you think this is the right, this is exactly the situation which the Congress party dreads, and that's why, like in the case of Uttar Pradesh, it is not being forthright about what seats it wants to contest, what are the candidates, how many number of seats, which constituencies, because the Congress just does not understand that the ally is really calling the shots.
Abhishek, to be fair, since the inception of the alliance, it has been clear that the party that is dominant in a given state, that they are to have the lion's share in calling the shots on the seat distribution there, whether it is the TMC in West Bengal or the Congress in Rajasthan or the DMK in Tamil Nadu or likewise. So far as the seat distribution in West Bengal is concerned, all we've heard is from sources. Mamata Banerjee has not given a statement. There has been no official statement from the TMC. There has been no official statement from the Congress. It is all just in the air through sources and flies on the wall. And I don't know how often flies can hear human conversations well. We don't know. It's just around in media rumors that 2 seats are being offered to the Congress. Perhaps 10 seats
Mamata
are being
Banerjee
offered.
has given a soundbite on camera, only 2 seats.
The discussions are still on.
Kunal Ghosh has said that 2 seats.
Kunal Ghosh is not to speak on behalf of the party. Mamata Banerjee.
Why he spoke after Mamata Didi?
The most important part is
Anubrato is saying 2 seats.
The discussions are not complete. See, so far as somebody on a television panel saying something, I don't think that is to hold credence. If I say something, you're not going to say that the Congress.
Anubrato, you want to make a point quickly? Anubrato.
Kunal Ghosh is a post holder in Trinamool Congress. He is an official post holder. And a post holder cannot say things which the party doesn't endorse. He has to say things that the party endorses. Mamata Banerjee has openly said that 2 seats will be given to Congress. So how are you getting? How are you making your own
The point is that the discussions are still on. We don't know how many seats the TMC and the Congress are willing to share between themselves. Let the discussions be finalized and then we'll see.
Because you know, the interesting thing is, it might not be the end of the story, but I have come to the end of my time allotted today for the conversation. Ajay, Alok, you know, the interesting thing is that the Aam Aadmi Party in 2019 general elections got 10% less vote than it got in 2015 assembly elections and was the 3rd largest party by vote share in the Delhi 7 Lok Sabha seats of Delhi taken together. And today the Aam Aadmi Party is really calling the shots in terms of deciding how many seats it should be giving to the Congress party. So like in Bengal, so in Bihar, so in Uttar Pradesh, so in Delhi, I think Congress party is left at the mercy of its smaller allies who are, of course, larger than the Congress in terms of footprint in those respective states, going by assembly election results. And that's the quandary I think the Congress party has to sort out. Good thing that they have started Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, which gets the boots on the ground, and then hopefully they will get a hang of the sentiment on the ground also, of the pulse of the nation, which unfortunately it seems that the Congress keeps missing. Not good for the country because you need a strong opposition, and a weaker Congress means even more fractured, directionless opposition. On that note, thank you so much for joining us this Sunday. Ajay, Alok, Nikhil Jain, Vivek, Silas, Akashdeep Muni and Anubroto for this conversation. A short break, news is back, and of course the debate is back tomorrow 9 p.m.